We actually just recently released this product. We thought this would be a great, let's just say, benefit for using for reel to reel. And so we're going to really get a deep dive into this product. I just wanted to say, hey, please send any questions or feedback that you have in the chats. I'll come back here and we'll answer any questions that we have for you and stuff. So let's get into the slides and then we'll do a little bit of a demo and close up. Awesome. All right. We wanted to do something fun this time around. Do the reel to reel logo with a little bit of some RGBW color changing here. Let's get into the golden nuggets though. This is the higher level specs, what makes STREAMLIGHT RGBW unique in the industry. So obviously you're used to STREAMLIGHT in the past. This is similar to a chip on board, even though it's a little bit different. We have actually individual diodes layered across the PCB, and then we pour a continuous phosphor over the entire PCB. So this way, instead of having any type of dotting, you get a complete uniformed diffusion. So the idea, right, would be shelves or under cabinet where maybe you don't have a large enough lip, you can't fit a channel in there, you can have this tape light, stick it straight up, and it is completely uniformed. We obviously wanted to invest in the future of this product, so we came out with STREAMLIGHT RGBW. As you know, we have STREAMLIGHT Tunable White, and in the future, we'll be advancing the technology even more to maybe warm dim as well as RGBWW. So specifically talking about RGBW today, you still get that 180-degree beam angle. This is unique compared to most tape light out there. Most tape light is 120, so it's a little bit harsher of a beam spread. With STREAMLIGHT or STREAMLIGHT RGBW, you get a nice 180-degree beam spread. And so this allows you to get much more surface area of your lighting. So if you use this in a cove or an under cabinet, anywhere that you use this, that light is going to direct completely out the sides to have much better surface area with that light. This is typical of every RGBW. It's a dynamic RGB plus a 3000 Kelvin color mixing. So you get around 1 billion plus different colors. You can also go from any color with just the actual color itself, taking out the white. You can add in the white in different levels to saturate that color. Or you can just switch over to the 3000 color chip to get nice, cool white. So it's only indoor IP20 as of now. We will in the future, like most of our products that we release in the beginning, we always make it indoor rated, but eventually we will be coming out with an IP65 option for you. And so 24 volts as of now, right? We're not doing 12 volts with this. You get about 270 lumens when you have all the colors on. I will say though, it looks much brighter in person. So definitely get yourself a sample. 270 lumens, a little bit misleading. You can get this to be very bright. One thing I did want to note though is that this is a 10 millimeter wide tape light. So unlike Blaze or Blaze X or STREAMLIGHT, which is 8 millimeters, or Valent and Valent X, which is 12 millimeters, you get this is a little bit wider than Blaze and Blaze X. So the unfortunate part about that is you only get to have certain amount of channel profile offerings, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. There's only a few channels that you can't fit this tape light in. And then like Diode LED fashion, right, we give you a warranty of 7 years. We still to this day have the first and second longest warranty in the industry by far. So channel profile compatibility, definitely wanted to get into this just to note at least some of the popular channels that this will fit into. This is the entire list of channels that you will be able to fit this into. And note though, with STREAMLIGHT, it is only soldered leads, right? We do not have a terminal block that works for 5 different wires yet. And so if you're doing field install, you'll have to have soldered leads only, or if we're doing factory assembly for you, it is only soldered leads. This is why you have a much longer compatibility list within our channel profiles is due to that soldered lead. So everything from our common slim, S1, our new S2, and S45, even down to a lot of our recessed products. Really one of the only products out there, channel profiles out there that don't fit in it is like the slim recess, which is our very, very, very skinny slim recess channel profile. Drivers, there's really one driver that I want you to remember today. It is our VLM constant voltage driver. As you know, with color changing, you need a non-dimmable driver to dim color changing products. And this is because you don't want a dimmable driver to fight with the control system. You want the control system to do the dimming. So this is our VLM constant voltage driver. It's very skinny. I'll show you it up close and personal. You have multiple input ranges, 277 down to 110. We do have a patent pending on this. We likely will get this next year. And then multiple different voltage outputs as well, 12 volt, 24 volt, and 48 volt. When pairing this up to STREAMLIGHT RGBW, obviously you will be using the 24 volt, but did want to give you some other specs on this as well. And then a 5-year warranty. So let's take a close look up at everything. So I wanted to show you STREAMLIGHT just in a spool first. Okay, as you can see, it's a little bit different than our other STREAMLIGHT. We don't have that yellow phosphor. This actually is more of a white look. I actually like this a lot because this blends in much better into channel profiles as well. If you're just putting this up without a channel profile, it blends in much better. As you can see, you still have the cut points every 2 inches. But if you look at it closely, right, you have 5 solder points. And this is why, as of now, we are working on it, but as of now, there is no terminal block that will fit with this, with 5 solder points. So, all right, let's take a look at it in probably my favorite channel profile by far, the S1. All right, so I'm going to plug this in here. So the S1 is by far our most low profile channel. You can see it with my thumb right there. Very low profile. It's also our most cost-effective channel by far. And STREAMLIGHT looks absolutely beautiful in this channel. And so I'm going to turn on the touch style controller right here. We can switch around the different colors. Right? I can add white if I wanted to in there. I can produce more white in there if I want and just get more like a 5,000 Kelvin. So, and then I can even sequence it if I wanted to as well and let it go through different colors. So, and again, I'll show you in this view as well. Obviously, light never shines as perfectly through a video camera. So again, I always suggest getting a sample in hand. So very nice, even diffusion. You don't even get the hot spot through the middle. It's completely diffused across the entire lens. And this is using our most cost-effective channel, the S1. All right, I also wanted to show you it on, but actually in a channel, but without a lens, so that you can actually see how the STREAMLIGHT RGBW lights up without having a lens covered over it. So I'm going to turn this on. I'm actually going to use Compatibility here for this. This is one of our other color changing options here, control options. So you can see here, I can pop it up here. Actually, 1 second, there we go, turn it on. I can go here. You get a little bit more options, right? So you can dim it up and down, dimming it down, right, going back up. I can even pull the white out, and this is, I'm more of a fan of this because I feel as if colors pop much more when you take out the white. So what I'll do is I'll take out the white. It's at 100% right now. I'm going to pop it out, and then you can actually even do color saturation or even choose whatever color you want on this color wheel, I would say, or color square. So you can go around, change the different colors. So we'll go down here, get it a nice red right there. And then I can even save that color using Compatibility. So then this way I have all my favorite colors saved. And I'll show it to you up close and personal here. Again, let me go and change it to a different color here. Let's go to a blue. You can see really nice, evenly diffused, just in a channel without a lens. Awesome. All right. So moving on here. All right, let's talk about installation best practices. So really with tape light, if you were joining us last time with Valent Warm Dim, you're going to notice it's very similar, the installation best practices here. So mounting awareness, right? So always with tape light, clean off the mounting surface with a glass cleaner. Okay, I'm a fan of glass cleaners. You can use alcohol as well. I just believe that glass cleaners are much smoother and get off everything off that surface. So when I say surface area or the mounting surface area, right, that is either if you're putting tape light straight up into an under cabinet or a shelf, make sure you wipe off that under cabinet and shelf, or if you're laying that tape light, the STREAMLIGHT RGBW, into a channel, make sure that you wipe off the channel as well. And then the second point, and where most people make a mistake, is they don't let it dry. If it looks dry, still wait. Wait around 5 to 10 minutes to let it completely dry before actually sticking up that tape light. This is on most of our installation, or sorry, spec sheets. This is just some basic stuff, right? But do not cover the tape light with any materials. Don't light up the tape light. If you do, make it really quickly. If you're gonna light it up into a spool, I suggest not. I suggest actually pulling out that tape light first from the spool and then lighting it up. Obviously, most tape light, right, it only has a 4-inch bend radius around there, so be careful when bending the tape light. Make sure you don't fold or crease the tape light as well. This is very common in the industry. Or don't bend the tape light on a horizontal plane. Believe it or not, this is also very common in the industry. People thinking that it's still like rope light, and they try to bend it on the horizontal axis, and they end up breaking that tape light. So applications, this is where it gets fun. Obviously, since this is STREAMLIGHT RGBW, it is a tape light. Applications are endless. You can pretty much use this anywhere. I'm just going to show you some of the most common applications that we're seeing for color changing. Just note, these applications, some of them don't actually have color changing in there. It is more about the general application and talking about that versus actually having a true application with color changing. So under cabinet, of course, right? In a kitchen, lots of people are doing a bunch of color changing in kitchens. They're able to change that mood. They can still switch back to 3000 Kelvin if they want and just have general white light. Backlit mirrors, obviously gone are the days, right, where people want to use the typical bathroom light fixtures above the mirror. You see the hardware, you see where the light is coming from. Where we think lighting is going is being integrated into the architecture. I train on this all the time. So why not, just for even probably a more cost-effective solution, take that tape light and backlight that mirror. You still get nice general illumination, and you don't see where the light is coming from. Toe kick lighting, this is a given. Shelf lighting, right? Most people with shelves, what are they putting on those shelves? Something of value, memorabilia, artwork, different pictures. Why not light up those shelves? Everyone has them. Just ask your customers, try to capture that part of that project. Bar lighting, right? This has been a big one with Valent RGBW. We think this will be another huge one with STREAMLIGHT RGBW. Bars, right? Restaurants being able to change the different moods. Wine racks, right? This was a very unique application here where instead of, putting two different downlights in the top of the ceiling, he lined the entire wine rack with just linear lighting, and it just absolutely transformed that wine rack. Theater rooms. I'm going to show you a special sample here in just a second that is, I think, going to be very popular for theater rooms using STREAMLIGHT RGBW. We'll show that at the end. And then staircase lighting. Again, right? Gone are the days where they want to use step lights with louvers, and you can see the hardware, and it's just a little splatter of light. Why not light the entire facade of that step light, make it even general illumination as you walk up the staircase? And then general illumination. A lot of people forget about this, right? That tape light, you can use it for general illumination. You can put it in a nice channel profile, either recess it into the ceiling, surface mount it, put a nice deep diffusion lens on there, and now with tape light, you can choose any dimension you want. So instead of being stuck with either 24 inches, 48, 72 inches, right? Now you can choose any dimension you want within 2 inches and design with all types of possibilities. Or accent and custom, right? This was a cool color changing project that we worked on. A very simple application, right? Just putting the lines of tape light running underneath the actual conference table. But again, really transforms that conference table, especially when they're already spending a lot of money on it. Why not put a little bit of accent lighting? And then signage lighting and custom light fixtures. These are some niches, but again, STREAMLIGHT RGBW would be perfect for this. So, and then I wanted to show you a couple possibilities as well with some color changing projects we've worked on in the past, and then we'll wrap it up here. So this was a kitchen that was submitted not that long ago to a training. So you can see just changing slight differences in the color can completely change the mood of that kitchen. Ended up looking beautiful, especially with the skylight. And then, this was another really cool, just lines of accent color changing light. Very simple, right? But completely transforms this space. This was a cool little restaurant area. Just, again, accent lines of light. It's almost like you can draw. It's artwork, right? Just to accents the different types of architecture out there. And again, transforms that space. So, and this was a really cool mud-in project that we worked on. This is something that we used a different product for, but STREAMLIGHT RGBW would be perfect for this. A bunch of different 1-inch and 2-inch mud-in channels integrated into the architecture, created different art, different lines of light. And then just another awesome project, right? Very simple application wrapped around accent lighting. But again, now the possibilities are endless on what type of mood you want for either movie time, or when you're actually trying to do some type of task, you can switch back to 3K to be able to end up reading or cooking. So endless possibilities with color changing. So, and then I wanted to show you right before we end, I know I'm a little bit over on time, I wanted to show you, I forgot to show you the VLM. So just wanted to show you how skinny it is. Very, very skinny. Love this this driver. This is why we have a patent pending on it. A very unique small driver. But I wanted to show you something that me and the head of marketing and my content creator here, Ted, who's behind the camera, we actually tried this out recently. And as you know, right, our black lens recently came out for both our slim, our square channel, and our 45 channel. And we were talking about theater rooms earlier. This is something we're seeing a lot in theater rooms or wood bookshelves. And the idea, right, is if you had a white lens on here and you put this maybe in a bookshelf or in direct view in a theater room, you're gonna, when it's off, you're gonna see a whole bunch of white lines running throughout the entire room. So the black lens has become very popular because now you can actually recess this or surface mount it, and it hides into a darker color like a wood bookshelf or in a theater room. And we tried STREAMLIGHT RGBW in it. I will say with the black lens over the camera, it flickers a little bit, but I definitely suggest getting this in hand as a sample because in person, it looks absolutely beautiful. You can see the colors still come out very well. Very, very beautiful. Again, coming a little bit different over the video camera due to that black lens, but in person, this is still completely homogeneous lighting. So you can see, right, full black lens. Just wanted to show you this since we actually just tried this out the other day. I thought this would be worth checking out. So awesome. And with that, again, I know it's a lot of information, a quick deep dive. That's the point of these, is to do something where I have more like 15 minutes to talk about this versus usually I may have 5 minutes or 3 minutes to talk about a single product.